Thank you, Mr. Morgan and members of the City Council. Tony Trembley, 6461 San Onofre Drive. I'm here tonight in my personal capacity and not in a professional capacity. I am really troubled by this item for a variety of reasons, and I urge the Council to oppose these ordinances. And let me take it from a 30,000-foot view. First of all, let me get out of the way first that I am an arts lover. Both Kathy and I support the arts. We're very strong supporters of Studio Channel Islands. It's a wonderful organization of the arts functions that go on around Camarillo. But this is very different. I think we can all agree this is very different from that type of volitional activity. This is government top-down mandate. That's what this is. And it's burdensome. It creates a brand new bureaucracy. The Council, if you go forward with this, is making it more expensive for businesses and more expensive for prospective home buyers in this city to live here for at least two reasons. Number one, with respect to business, it's a disincentive. For example, for the industrial building owner who wants to redevelop his or her building. It is a disincentive. It increases prices. The costs are passed on to the buyers. I believe that this city should have fees levied on development. No issues there. I believe this city should levy fees for regulatory purposes, for health and safety items, etc. But I do not believe that this, and with all due respect to Mr. Vaca, art is not infrastructure. It's not roads, it's not sewers, it's not water. It is a nice to have, but not a necessity like those items are, and I resist any attempt to characterize this as some sort of infrastructure. With respect to home buyers, if I'm in my 30s and I'm looking to buy a home, this is going to add to my burden. And I was just speaking to someone in their early 30s the other day who was right on the cusp of qualifying for an expensive loan to buy over at Village at the Park and in a new phase or a new phase elsewhere, and they're very worried they won't even be able to make this cut. And you know, and I know, that this is going to be passed on. It'll be $2,200. I understand the sales price, Councilmember McDonald, and I understand all that, but this cost is going to be passed on by folks, and it's going to be a disincentive for home buyers. It conflicts with this conflicts with at least two of the Council's objectives that you just passed last month, including, and I refer specifically to, it's the goal of the City Council to maintain a positive environment for new business expansion and retention of existing businesses. I think this is antithetical to that. Finally, I'm confident in our planning staff. They are very talented. I'm confident that they are going to require, Mr. Vaca and Mr. Norman and the staff will require our new development projects, particularly residential development projects, to be aesthetically pleasing. We all love this city. We all live here for a reason. If the City Council wants public art, the City Council should take some of the money in its spending plan, which is very healthy, and pay for it. Finally, I would remind you, I would not be anxious to become an art judge. I wasn't very good in kindergarten. I still draw stick figures. But you are now going to place yourself, if you move forward with this, to be in a position where you are all going to be art judges. And that's just a final thing to think about. So I urge you to oppose these two ordinances. Thank you.